Who hasn't fallen in love with a sports car? The sleek lines, the power to take you to faraway places, the feeling of control, and the feeling of freedom. We all seem to know that driving one of these is fun. But it would be foolish to even turn the key unless we knew some basics about driving, about the vehicle itself, about highway rules, about our own knowledge and abilities, about the effect our driving has on other people, and about the need for responsible use of any kind of vehicle. And it should be the same for anyone who drives out here on the water, because to operate safely out here is just as important as operating safely behind the wheel of any motorized vehicle. These are jet ski personal watercraft. And just like sports cars are really automobiles, all personal watercraft are boats, not toys. Let's take the time to make sure that you know some important boating basics so you will know how to operate these boats safely and responsibly. Before she ever let the clutch out on this beauty, there were three very important things for her to know about: how it operates, her own skills and knowledge, and what it's like out there on the road. Well, the same thing applies to boats. Here at the Coast Guard, we have a slogan about boating that says, "Know before you go." Let's take the time to look closely at what you should know before you go out in the water on any personal watercraft. Most any day, wherever there's water, a lot of folks will be out boating. Some will be owners meeting up with friends for a cruise. And some may be sharing rides with friends or trying out a few new moves. No matter what category of rider you fall into, remember that when you operate any one of these, you are operating a boat. So what do you need to know before you go boating? Let's start with jet ski watercraft themselves. Every one of these craft are boats and are defined as inboard power boats by the U.S. Coast Guard. There are different types. Some are popular with those who like a workout. Others are more sedate, with increased low-speed maneuverability. Some are great for cruising, to explore new waters in search of that special beach. And some are made to get you wet. Ability, age, and physical condition are key factors to consider when operating any personal watercraft. So choose a craft which will fit your plans for use, and which matches your capabilities as an operator. Jet ski watercraft have been designed with the knowledge that there's a chance to fall off. Some models are designed to circle back to you if you do fall off, so know proper procedures for retrieving and reboarding with safety. Other types use an engine stop lanyard which shuts the engine off if you fall. Make sure to attach it securely to you and to your boat, and keep it attached. Personal watercraft use a jet drive for power, so engine thrust is used to steer and maneuver. Exercise good judgment when maneuvering, and plan for enough room to safely turn or stop. Releasing the throttle will bring the boat to a stop, but since no boat has brakes, it is very important for you to always allow adequate distance for stopping safely. Maneuverability is a plus, but make sure your actions are predictable, because other boaters need to know where you're going and what to expect from you. Kawasaki personal watercraft are designed to carry 1, 2, or 3 riders. Never exceed the recommended carrying capacity for any reason. State or local law enforcement agencies help enforce the rules. Although the boat you may be riding may not look like other boats, these officials will treat you just like any other boater, because your jet ski watercraft is a boat.
Hello folks, how y'all doing today? I'd like to do a registration and safety equipment check, please. Your current registration.
All personal watercraft must be registered according to your state's boating regulations, and registration numbers should be properly displayed. All persons aboard must wear Coast Guard approved life jackets which fit properly and are in good condition. Carry a serviceable Coast Guard approved fire extinguisher, and since your watercraft has no lights, don't operate at night.
Most importantly, realize that according to any law enforcement official, these craft are considered to be boats, and you are boaters, and you must operate in a safe and prudent manner. So have fun, but be safe and obey all laws.
Be sure you are familiar with all state and local regulations about watercraft operations in your area. It would be foolish to drive our sports car without knowing how to shift gears, and it's no different with a personal watercraft. So know the function of every control, know where it's located, and know how to use it. Learn and practice starting and stopping procedures. Understand how the jet nozzle helps turn and control your craft. Practice steering techniques and work on developing your maneuvering skills. Take the time to become familiar with the controls on the craft you will be riding. Read and understand the contents of the operator's manual, because you are responsible for knowing how to operate your craft. Although you may know how a watercraft operates, the next question is, how do you operate? Most boating accidents are caused by operator error, so you must have a realistic view of your capabilities and your limitations. Things can happen fast on the water. All boaters are expected to operate with competence and understanding, and it's customary for boaters to look out for each other. It's not enough to concentrate only on operating your own boat. Stay constantly on the lookout to see what's happening around you. There's a lot of other traffic out there, so stay alert. Look around all the time. Boating has a long tradition concerning the responsibilities of the captain. And even though you may be out for just a few hours of fun on a personal watercraft, you have the same obligations to know about the safe and responsible operation as do the captains of the largest ships. One good way to increase your knowledge is to take a boating course. The Coast Guard Auxiliary, Power Squadrons, the Red Cross, and many other organizations offer excellent educational boating instruction. It makes sense for all boaters to take a boating course, and it's easy to find out how to do it. Just call this toll-free number and someone will tell you what courses are offered and where you can take one, close to home. Be sure to ask your Kawasaki dealer for educational and instructional materials and study them carefully. Know the owner's manual, observe label information, and become familiar with other ways to increase your boating knowledge. Kawasaki has a special message for parents. Even though your children may be of proper age to operate, it's still best to provide your guidance and supervision. If others will instruct your children, be sure that the instructor is knowledgeable and competent. Help your children by setting limits and let them know of your expectations. As a parent, you are in the best position to see that your child's time on a watercraft will be fun and safe. Take care to protect yourself by wearing clothing, footwear, and eyewear suitable for the conditions you'll be out in. A wetsuit helps protect against cold water hypothermia, and you need to stay warm, since cold can have a serious effect on coordination and reaction time. Footwear helps to protect against cuts and scrapes, and suitable eyewear can reduce glare and the effects of spray. On these craft, falling can be part of the fun, so proper equipment will help keep you protected. And since you may fall off, it's very important that you know how to swim. But even the best swimmer must never operate a personal watercraft without wearing a properly fitted life vest. Pick the size and type that's right for you. Make sure it fits, and don't leave shore without it. And if a passenger is aboard, make sure they wear one too. No matter how old you are, be aware of the serious danger of consuming alcohol. Here's our position on this. Don't drink and ride. So knowing how to take care of yourself is vital for safe boating. Your knowledge, skill, and awareness are important ingredients for a safe time. But it's out here in the water where that knowledge and awareness get put to use. As soon as you take off from the shore, you immediately become a boater. You are now bound by the laws, customs, and traditions which affect all boaters. And there is a serious responsibility to operate your boat courteously, responsibly, and safely. All boaters should know about local conditions. Learn the water depth where you operate, and become familiar with any hazards that you may encounter. Keep a sharp eye on the weather, because conditions can change fast. And weather can also be a factor in your alertness, since cold, the sun's heat, and prolonged exposure can diminish your awareness and can slow your response time. A long day on the water can be tiring, so know your limits. It's a good idea to remain in sight of shore, since at cruising speed, you can get out of sight of land in only a few minutes. Remember that others have the right to enjoy the water too. Avoid swimmers, sailboards, surfers, and others in the water. Stay away from crowded areas, launch ramps, and beaches where swimming is popular. Powered vessels and swimmers don't mix well, so stay completely away from any swimming activity. If special areas are set aside for watercraft operation or traffic control, please observe them. Whether near shore or out among other boats, think about the impact you will have on others. Noise is usually not welcome where people go for quiet or relaxation. Keep your boat quiet and well-maintained, and practice riding techniques to minimize your impact. Go slow when near shore, and don't do all your riding in one small area. Even with the quietest boat, riding constantly in one area will make your noise and you unwelcome. Wake jumping can be dangerous. If you cross a wake close behind another boat, you are an unwelcome distraction to that boater and a potential hazard to any oncoming craft. There is definite danger of collision when you cross close behind any other boat. Crossing a wake should always be done prudently for your safety and courteously for the sake of the other boat. And always avoid water skiers, since passing close by may distract or confuse the boat driver or the skier. And the ski rope can pose a great danger to the personal watercraft operator. Be predictable. Both the ski boat driver and the water skier need to know where you're going and what you are going to do.
As a watercraft operator, you're in command of a boat, so you've got to know the rules of the road. All boaters are expected to know them and obey them. These rules have evolved from one basic factor: common sense. Just as in driving on the streets with yield signs and four-way stops, the boating rules of the road were designed to prevent collisions by providing uniform patterns of operating behavior by all boaters.
Whenever you operate any boat, others have the right to assume that you know what you're doing. Your understanding of the rules of the road, technically called navigation rules, will help you maneuver safely in the vicinity of other craft. Under most circumstances, it's smart to give way to all larger craft and to any sailboat under sail. Usually, they will have the right of way, and since your personal watercraft is highly maneuverable, it's courteous and wise to yield to these slower vessels. The propellers and wakes of larger vessels can be dangerous to smaller boats, so stay clear. When meeting another boat head-on, each boat should turn to its right, keeping the other boat on your left side. Look out for any other traffic or obstacles which may appear from behind the other boat. Your vision may be obscured when passing, and another boat may be hard to see, or they may not be able to see you, so pass cautiously. When overtaking or passing another boat, you need to stay clear. You may pass on either side, but pass cautiously while maintaining a safe speed and distance from the other craft. If you are the boat which is being passed, maintain your course and speed, allowing the other vessel to safely maneuver around you. When crossing the path of another boat at nearly right angles, the boat on the right should maintain course and speed. The other boat in this situation must slow down or alter course to keep clear. If you must maneuver, steer to your right, passing safely astern of the other vessel. In a lot of ways, operating a jet ski watercraft is like driving our sports car. There are rules, signs, and signals to be followed. So observe speed limits, know wake zones, and other navigational and warning signals. Obey the navigation rules, and use common sense at all times in everything you do on the water, because how you ride affects all of us.
You know, all of the things we've talked about here today are important, and your knowledge and cooperation are required every time you board any personal watercraft. But the most important thing to remember from all of this is that you are a boater, and it's up to you to do all you can to operate your boat in a safe, courteous, and responsible manner. If you do, you'll be helping keep the waterway safe for all users. Go ahead, have some good times out there. But to make those good times safe times, we're all relying on you to take the time to know before you go. Let's get underway.